I think so often having someone who will see it but then speak to it, not
Yes.
be intimidated by it, not try to stifle it. That's actually a sign of a true leader being able to see it in others and cultivate it. But can we
Yes.
park on one thing? I was having a conversation with another leader last week, actually, because there's an art in what you just said. So often we are good at one thing, and people then want to shift us and put us into another position of leadership because we were good at programming. And they're like,
Hmm.
oh, because you're good at this, because you are good at teaching, you should then become the leader of this, but not recognizing we actually need someone to coach you through how to lead. Programming
Hmm.
is one thing, but actually coaching someone through how to deal and work with and guide and lead people is a whole nother skill set. Would you say that that was,
Absolutely.
yeah?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the thing that I was good at that I didn't recognize in myself was motivating and inspiring and encouraging others, starting with the 5-year-olds in my kindergarten class, right? Those kids in that kindergarten would come in tears. I can't tie my shoe. I can't get my arm out of my coat. I can't open my lunch. All those things, right? That kindergartners struggle with, that they learn in good quality early education. They learn how to tie that shoe. But that's a side note. All those things that kindergartners struggle with, I'm there. You got this. You can do it. Let me help you. Let me talk you through it. Let me support you. Let's partner you up with another friend so you can practice, right? I was good at that. I was good
Mm-hmm.
at that. And those skills were very transferable into managing adults. I can't manage this Excel spreadsheet. I can't, right? Like just helping others believe in themselves, encouraging them, motivating them. I'm that's a natural God-given talent for me, is radiating positive energy and a can-do growth mindset is really the, again, core to my leadership philosophy. And so just learning how to develop that, learning how to leverage that strength in order to drive results, that was where I had uh, so much training, so much professional development. I don't take any of that for granted. Throughout my career, I had a dynamic. I started my career as an executive leader in 2013. I had a dynamic executive coach. Her name's Angie. I still to this day call her Coach Angie. But she even said to me, "Girl, you better get out there and use those skills," because she helped me to understand how to use the skills that I have in order to expand more impact. And so, a big part of the responsibility we have as leaders, and notice I keep going back to that word responsibility, right? Because being the leader is not just all about telling people what to do. It's not about it's my way or the highway. It's not I get the big chair, because as you can see, my chair is not even all that big. If that's not it, it's really about the responsibility of securing the success of other people, those that you lead. I'm responsible for their success because I'm their leader. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I fully understood how to own that responsibility and how to really just, again, leverage my strengths in order to drive results. I don't have to do everything, but I have to support others in getting more done. It's how I expand impact. Every step along the way, I mean, there's been so many who have helped me to see that. I have a group, a sister circle of multiple sister circles of friends. Um, One that I met at the YMCA, another that I met at Millersville when I was in college, another that I met just in the community, right? Just multiple circles where They pour into me, I pour into them. Then I've had individual mentors and leaders who've again helped to sharpen that skill that leaders get results by helping others to succeed. One of my mentors, Bertram Lawson, went to high school with him. He gave me a job, and I'm like, what am I? I don't even. What am I even supposed to do? I don't even know what I'm doing. He was like, yes, you do. Yes, you know exactly what you're doing, and you're going to do more. And I'm going to make sure that you are the best at what you do. Like, just behind me 1,000%. John Flynn, who was a former CEO at the YMCA, I met the man 2 days after I met him. He says to me, you know, you can have my job tomorrow if you only believed in yourself.
Wow.
And then he walked me through
Yeah.
how to become a CEO. He
Yes.
gave me skills. He made me shadow him. So like when I tell you it is our responsibility as leaders to pay that forward.
You know,
We've got to help others to expand our impact.
so you are pulling this quote from my soul because I literally was reading it this morning, and I wrote it down because I said, I wonder if she's going to speak to, and you literally just did it. So John Ramstead says, how do you live your life so that the use of your life outlives your life?
Yes.
Everything you just explained, for leaders to recognize something that's often called soft skills, you're displaying them as vital skills to effective leadership in order
Yes.
for the life you are living to
Yes.
outlive you. Every seed that
Yes.
was planted in you is now coming forth in everything that you are. So, if you were to describe your leadership style, how would you describe it?
Um, I would definitely say that I'm a servant leader because I believe that leaders are born to serve, right? So that's innate. But I would say my style put recognizes that I'm leading people, not robots, right? Not AI. I'm leading people, and people are different. They have different needs, they have different emotions. People change. I may not necessarily get along with all the people, but I'm still leading them, right? I'm leading people. And so I lead with my heart and my head have to be aligned, right? I can't just lead with my head because it might be my head might tell me this is the answer, but my heart, I can't sleep at night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because my conscience is telling me that was not the answer.
Mm-hmm.
So my head and my heart have to be aligned so that I can make sound decisions. But I can also look at in the mirror and say, you know what? I did the right thing because it was right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I made the right decision because it was right. And it may be a decision that is not popular. It may be a situation that is difficult, i.e., COVID,
Yes.
because I took this role on as CEO at Wonderspring literally in April of 2020.
Ooh.
Okay. That was a very, very scary time. And so all the decisions that I had to make weren't necessarily popular. Like, hey, everyone, we're going to reopen our early learning centers, even though the CDC is changing the guidance
Mm-hmm.
on what we're supposed to do almost day by day. We're going to reopen our early learning centers. I don't know that that was the most popular decision for our teachers because they're like, what? These kids are going to get us sick. What's going to happen? How are we going to have enough masks? But it was the right decision. It was
Yeah.
because here's where head and heart have to align. Head is saying, hey, we better get our business back off the ground. We better begin generating some revenue so that we can continue to keep everyone on payroll as we did throughout COVID. But my heart is saying there's families out there who really do have to get back to work and they need somewhere. And guess what? There are kids who are suffering significant learning loss because the lack of socialization, the lack of engagement. They're just sitting at home, possibly in front of a tablet all day, every day. So we're responsible for serving those children.
Yeah.
Head and heart have to align.
Yeah.
Think it through, right? And then talk it through is the other part of my leadership strategy. I don't make at Wonderspring, I do not make decisions in a vacuum. I do not sit in my office with the door closed and then walk out and say, here I said, thus saith Zakia, so let it be so. That is not how I operate. We're going to sit down as a team. We're going to discuss that. We're going to all put our heads in. My opinion matters, but not any more than anyone else's. So we make those decisions and then we go forth and serve.